Esports is quickly becoming one of the fastest growing forms of entertainment across the globe, with millions of viewers tuning in each and every day to watch the games they love, such as Rocket League, Overwatch and League of Legends, all being played at a high competitive level by some of the best players in the world. Much like any new hobby, it can sometimes be difficult for newcomers to follow along with the action due to the terminology and lingo used to describe the games being played. As Coventry College ventures into the brand new world of esports with our BTEC in Esports launching later this year, we in the Games Design course wanted to create a simple guide with some terminology you may hear while watching our weekly streams in the British Esports Championship. First, let's start with some general lingo that you might hear in any match regardless of the game being played. A team fight is a general term used when both teams group together to engage in a battle as a team, rather than fighting individuals across the battlefield. Most competitive games will revolve around eliminating the opposing team's players before they can eliminate you. If you can eliminate the member of the opposing team before a team fight begins, it gives your team a massive advantage when going into the next engagement. When you do this, it is known as a pick. Another strategy that can be applied would be to gank a member of the enemy team. Ganking is when one or more players from your team come together to create a numbers advantage with the goal of eliminating or disrupting the opposing players. This will allow your team to gain the advantage as you engage onto the enemy. If you are successful in your engagement, you can use the advantage you have gained to gain an even bigger advantage in the next engagement. Like a snowball rolling down a hill, the advantage will continue to get bigger and bigger with each successful engagement. This adds exponential pressure on the opposing team with each lost engagement as the snowball builds. An important part of any esport is communication, and callouts are the key to this. Callouts are specific game communications that are used to inform the rest of the team of vital information that could help win the game. As many esports are fast-paced, these callouts need to be just as quick to keep up with the ever-adjusting, ever-changing situations given within the game. So, therefore, callouts usually are filled with abbreviations to keep them short, sharp, and directed. In any competitive situation, there is always an objective to be achieved, and esports is no different. Much like other competitive sports, dependent on the game being played, the objective would be different. For example, in League of Legends, the primary objective is to destroy the enemy's nexus before they destroy yours, whereas in Rocket League, the objective is to score more points than your opponent. Overwatch is somewhat unique as it has multiple different games with multiple different objectives. However, they all revolve around the primary objective of controlling the key areas of the map. The word meta has roots leading back to ancient Greek, with the translation meaning to go beyond and to transcend above all else. Although this definition is still relevant to gaming, the term has been adapted into an acronym. That being, the most effective tactics available. This is to describe the most optimal strategy to be played at that point in time. Along with communication, map control and vision control are also important elements to the strategy, as understanding what the opposing team are doing while also using the geometry of the map to gain an advantageous position will help win out all your engagements. Vision and map control go hand in hand and feed into each other, as gaining vision can provide you with the correct strategy to gain map control, and equally taking control of the map can provide you with an advanced vision control. Most competitive video games have maps that are designed in such a way to funnel the teams into certain areas of the map. This is to ensure that the teams are forced to engage. These points are usually narrow by design and positioned at key areas that allow the teams to defend their objectives. To refer to someone as an MVP or the most valuable player is a term used to describe a player on the team whose single performance was the best in that match, or the most valuable to the team. If a player gains a reputation for constantly performing at the highest level and constantly achieves the MVP status, they could also be referred to as the GOAT, which stands for the greatest of all time. So, this covers the basic terminology you may hear being used by commentators and teams when viewing esports. However, in our next video, one of our Overwatch players will introduce you to the specific terminology used in Overwatch, including hero-specific callouts that you are likely to hear. If you are interested in following Coventry College's very own Overwatch team, the Coventry Crosshairs, as they compete in the British Esports Championships, then give us a follow at twitch.tv/Coventry Crosshairs, where we stream all our games and events live. Until then, thanks for watching.